Hi everyone, how are you doing? So, another day of Project Stormwind. Why are we doing this so much? Because I'm actually feeling kind of good about getting a lot of this programming stuff done. Um, I've been focusing on it way too much. That's clear. Uh, so, there's that. But, it's also I'm really feeling nostalgic for the old World of Warcraft, so much to the point that I'm actually considering looking for a secondary server so I can play like Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King without having to go through all the changes. I mean, be able to play those classic those classic storylines, that would be fantastic. But, there's all sorts of other stuff. Hey, Pink Hair, how you doing? Legally speaking, I can't do that. I can't go to a third-party server. So, at least as far as I know. I think so. They're really kind of bitchy about that. But, that's something I might do on the stream. That actually does sound like fun, is loading up an old version of Warcraft, finding a decent server, and then booting up and playing the classics, the classic storylines. Basically, everything before Cataclysm. Because really, after Cataclysm, things started going downhill as far as I care. So, as you can see, we're actually in Stormwind's Trade District. The old bank right there. Now, I actually have gotten a little bit of work done. So, let's shift cameras to this one. As you can see, we actually have some polygons for the water. They're actually loading now. I don't know why this polygon right here is just up and out. It makes no sense to me. But I am slowly working on the code for that. All the rest of this, the reason there's no water over there is because right now I'm only loading 2 files as WMDs. WMDs. No! WMOs. So, it took a while just to get it to be in the right spot without, hard coding data. So, getting that all fixed is, kind of a big issue. But if I could just get rid of that one point in the back and figure out how to make it work, because every time I've tried so far, I failed spectacularly, and it ended up crashing the whole damn thing. But the good news is I actually, this is actually my first time, seeing it with all the other things. So yeah, good. It's actually at the right height. I was a little concerned about that. Ugh. But, that's, I just don't know why that one point is off over there. But if we come over here, we actually can see the other one that's in trouble. This guy. I have no idea why the points are all screwed up like this. But if we go down and look up, hey, the water is pretty much just fine. So there is definitely something going on there. So that's one of the things we're going to tackle today, is try and figure out what's going on with that and how to fix it. And then we will have basically, WMO geometry, at least for the liquids, all done. We'll just have to go through and add stuff like materials. So, let's close. Let's see. Something else I did. Just clear this. Don't save anything, because, why would I save? I just did a bunch of stuff. So, let's go back and load in a new WMO, or an ADT file, rather. We're going to look at our Azeroth 3030. Now, I actually did some work with the water flags in this one. Now, as you can see, this is, pretty much how it looked when we last left it. It's got, it's all defined, and we got the normal maps in there. But if we go down and then look up, you'll notice there are far less polygons in there than there were before. Before, it was all all squared out. Now, it's like it's been specifically carved out. Well, that's because they had a flag to indicate, do not render this. I found that, and I put it in here, and now it doesn't render ones that it tells not to render. So that, is really nice. It lowers the polygon count. We still need to come up with a system to destroy the points that aren't being used. I mean, I thought I had done one, but apparently not. If you look in this hole, there are no polygons there. That's obvious. Let's go to vertices. You can see the vertices continue on. So they're actually still there. You just don't see them in the hole. So there's that. Alright. The other thing I've been doing, other than solving those two issues, is I have been creating a new Lightwave import function. Excuse me, my nose is running. Okay, so the new Lightwave import function is basically going to hold all of our data that Lightwave's going to use. Basically, we go through the ADT and WMOs, and we say, okay, here's all the data you need. And the importer will just say, okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, now what? And then the ADTs and the WMOs say, okay, now we need you to actually import the data. And that is where this import function happens. This will go through all the points and create new points, apply vertex colors if they're there. They'll apply the normal vectors, and then they'll apply UV maps. So, that is all that. And I decided to just say, yes, create UV maps even if you don't need them. Because, worst case scenario, they're set to 0. And so all the points will be up in the center. So if we don't have UVs, well, they'll have UVs anyways. They'll just be up in one point. But this is, as you can see, this is very early. I am not ready to, try switching over. So that's one of the other things we're going to work on. But hopefully this will actually make it so we can, just dump all the data into it from, Liquid and probably other things. Because we could probably, do some changes to the Liquid class. Let's take a quick look. We see here we got all these, systems. Then we have here PolyVec 3D and, Polydata. Well, those are a little bit of holdovers from the old system. Because now we have point data, which actually holds position, UV, vert colors, and normal colors. So if we were to actually just, right now, switch that over from Vec 3D, so now all the point data is a completely different class. Now it's probably going to complain about some things. Yep. So let's see. Point data equals, What? No. Ignore that. Point data position. There we go. So that solves that. I don't know why it gives me that, but I've had that once or twice. Alright, so point data. And there it is again. The default constructor. I'll have to look that up. But it says here, oh. So there we go. Oh, and there's poly material name equals water, which is a new feature of the poly. But, you know, it's a simple one. I knew I forgot something. I did it to one, gotta do it to the other. There. Now both of them will be specified as a water material when we get to that. Alright, so let's do a build. Oh, I should close Lightwave. Cannot convert.